Fix your stupid game, Randy. How many days have passed already, and the game is still an unplayable, buggy mess for most people? Crashes, stutters, lags, you name it, Borderlands 4 has it. I thought we're supposed to be premium players and premium whatever. What happened to that, Randy? Maybe next time, get premium developers. How about that? That sounds a little bit smarter, honestly. How about not premium players, but premium game development? And hopefully, game development that doesn't have you, you lying sack of shit. God, I'm so pissed. This just doesn't get better. How? So many people want to play Borderlands 4, even though it's a lot of slop, and they can't. They can't even enjoy their slop in peace because it just doesn't work properly.
In today's video, we are going to be talking about Borderlands 4. You know, that premium game, Borderlands 4, that is only for premium gamers, the ones who have $10,000 PCs that can run Borderlands 4 if they're lucky at 60 FPS at 720p. Well, apparently Borderlands 4 and
True premium gamers got computers from 20 years in the future. What, don't have a 2050 computer? Well, guess you're not a premium payer.
Randy Pitchford was spreading a whole bunch of lies around the performance of the game, especially when it came to console. And there's been confirmation through multiple different sources, and we're going to show you a video clip in a second right here, that in all actuality, this is not the case. This is not true at all. Digital Foundry has confirmed, according to Synth Potato, that Borderlands 4 performance degrades over time on all consoles, not just one, all of them. Drops start about 30 minutes after playing the game and reach as low as 720p at 35 FPS after 1 hour of playing the game. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Borderlands 4 comes with a hidden, I guess, what would you even call this at this point? A hidden enrage timer. If you're an MMO gamer, you know exactly what enrage timers are. Borderlands 4 comes with a 1 hour.
Enrage timers are fine, but this is not what I want in my life, okay? This is as far as, honestly, it goes. Not happy in the slightest.
Enrage timer, where the moment you hit 1 hour of playing the game, you're gonna have to get fucked because the game is gonna resort to being 720p at around 30 to 35 FPS. It's unbelievable. He says absolutely unacceptable that this was allowed to launch like this.
35 FPS, by the way, is one thing, but 720p, bro. Upscaled, the original Doom is better quality than that. What the hell are we talking about here? This is not even Unreal Engine 5 slopped here. This is just something new.
He says restarting fixes it so it's fine. Randy literally thinks that by restarting your game, that somehow makes this level of performance fine. That as long as you restart the game, everything is going to be okay.
Well, Randy also wants you to put the fog options off, which those options don't exist.
Well, apparently, first let me show you again, I don't have the audio. The audio is not going to showcase through this, and that's okay. But you can see this is PS5 in performance.
By the way, the gunplay is just so shit. Some of the gunplay is just so bad because a lot of guns just feel awful. And a lot of NPCs are brain damaged.
Performance mode, rocking 38 FPS. 38 FPS, 40 FPS.
And we're not even going to talk about the fact that this game is completely imbalanced. Some classes are just garbage compared to others and do pretty much nothing. Some guns are... some basic blue gun is going to be better than a legendary 20 levels higher than it. It's insane. Some snipers have bullets that shoot out and they leave a colorful trail behind because obviously. And you can't see where you're shooting and that's a sniper rifle, which is hilarious.
PS5 in performance mode. And as time goes on, as you go further and further into it, you're going to look. The FPS goes from 60 on a fresh boot on the left to 38 FPS on a charged playthrough 1 hour through. So the game is dropping.
I mean, it's insane considering you can actually see the difference in the graphics. Holy moly. Yeah, this is awful.
20 plus frames per second after playing for about an hour. It's getting worse. Look, in combat, 36, 35, 34 FPS in combat after about an hour of playing the game, and it only gets worse. It's absolutely fucking unbelievable. Now, according to Randy Pitchford, if you restart the game, everything is going to be fine. Thus, our game is fine. No.
If I need to play my game and I need to restart it constantly to enjoy it, I mean, Randy, I demand my money back, you absolute loser. That maybe no, wait, no, that's everyone. Refund Borderlands 4 if you can't and you're pissed off about this. That's just the smart way to do it. You're a consumer. Do not let any of these Borderlands 4 sims, these gearbox sims tell you, oh no, you should support this slop because if you support this slop, we can get the next slop and be happy. No, no, no. If Gearbox goes under, someone else is just gonna be making Borderlands 4. That's how business works. You know, if Gearbox completely fails and EA doesn't bail them out, someone is just gonna buy the IP. Probably Activision at this point, honestly, let's be real, or the Xbox. And they're just gonna make it. And maybe it's gonna be better, because I'm fucking tired of trusting Randy. Well, granted, I'm not trusting Randy, but you get the point. I don't want to deal with Randy loser Pitchford, okay? Randy LARP forgot my USB drive with all of my P materials in a LARP Pitchford, okay? Absolute, what a clown. What a disgusting clown. I don't want to deal with this. Someone buy Borderlands and just do whatever you feel like it with it, because I'm tired of Randy.
No, sir, that is called a really bad memory leak. And according to tech experts over at IGN, that...
Oh, and by the way, also, like the video and hype it on if you're a mobile device. That helps me out greatly, and I appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who does it. And if you think that the stuff that we talk about here is important, well, then like and hype the video if you're on a mobile device, because that guarantees that more people will see this. And if you think it's important, well, it's the right thing to do. So, thank you.
That is not the case. Randy Pitchford actually is lying about this. Borderlands 4 tech experts say that resetting the game every hour should really not be an expected solution for players. Patch cannot come soon enough. So apparently to some people, it is not working. To some people, it is working. So you could take it with a grain of salt on who you want to believe, who you don't want to believe. But what I will say is that I find it ridiculous that as a CEO of a studio that is making a cel-shaded cartoon game, right? This is a cel-shaded cartoon game, my guy. You're not making the next Crisis.
Yeah. I mean, you can't lie about anything. You cannot believe anything positive about this game. All of it is lies pretty much at this point, by the way. There's people saying that the story of Borderlands 4 is good. Bro, the story of Borderlands 4 is arguably worse than 3. Because 3 at least had an antagonist. As poor as it was, at least there was an antagonist. Listen, if you're gonna say that now, Borderlands 4's story is better than 3, let me just ask you this. What did the Timekeeper do? Like, what does the Timekeeper even do? Like, what are his motivations or anything? Like, can you describe anything about him as a character? No. Because there's no character, there's no motivations, and he does literally nothing the whole game. He's there at the start for a total of 5 sentences and says, oh, you matter, and then you don't matter for some reason, and that's it. The Timekeeper literally does nothing, even though he controls pretty much the whole population with his mind spikes. But yeah, oh, sure, sure. Borderlands 3 was garbage. It was garbage, but so was Borderlands 4 at the end of the day. But at least in Borderlands 4, no matter how stupid the main villain was, at least you know what they were about. At least there was some motivation to what they were doing. At least you could actually give them reasoning. In Borderlands 4, you can't. The Timekeeper is just a stupid joke that does nothing and just is magically the main villain for some reason. That's it.
It's a cel-shaded game, and you're struggling to hit 60 FPS on high performance machines. You're not even looking at, like, what are we doing here at this point? I have a post here that I actually put over on X. You can see here, I said back in the day, when you asked the question, can it run on Crisis though? It was a term of accomplishment. You would be
True.
proud if your PC could run Crysis, because holy
I mean, Crysis is honestly still kind of a benchmark because Crysis even nowadays still looks really good.
shit, that was an achievement. Today, however, it's can it run Borderlands 4 though? And it's not an achievement. It's a meme. It's a dig. It's one massive joke of a company who is gaslighting you into why their cel-shaded video game is running worse than some of the most realistic video games on the market today. We'll fix it. We promise. Premium game for premium gamers. They're trying to convince you that this game right here is a video game that should struggle running on modern day high-end PCs. This game right here. It's like, yeah, nice computer, but can it run Borderlands? That's going to be the joke coming in the next few months. It's already here, to be honest with you. So the tech experts.
By the way, I absolutely love the main cast. This was the original, by the way, version of the main cast. Needless to say, day one when they released this shit, it got instantaneously Pedro Pascal'd. Oh boy. Hoo-wee, did they get the lightening up treatment? It was hilarious. 10 out of 10.
It's already here, to be honest with you. So the tech experts over at Digital Foundry have completed their analysis of Borderlands 4 on console and confirmed a gradual worsening of frame rate with continuous playtime, even on PlayStation 5 Pro and Xbox Series X, which, by the way, if you guys are unaware, these consoles, well, not the PS5, but I'm sure it's going to follow, these consoles, they're going up in price, right? Xbox just announced that their highest end 2 terabyte console is going to now cost you $800. So congratulations, extra. You're going to pay $800 in order to play a game like Borderlands 4 at 35 FPS. Great job. I'm sure.
It's not even a guarantee, by the way, that it works on consoles. That's the funny thing. There are people for who it does work on consoles and it doesn't for some others. It is absolutely insane, honestly, that you can have, because the consoles are supposed to have the same shit in them, right? And you have people with PlayStation 5s and Xboxes X or whatever the Xbox currently is. And for some it works, for some it stutters, for some it lags, for some it doesn't go up above 30 FPS. And for some, again, it works completely fine. It's crazy.
That's going to go over very well with a lot of, to-be console players. As revealed in a new video published to YouTube, Digital Foundry found performance starts dipping at about 30 minutes to an hour, which we talked about earlier, which called it too intrusive on the overall experience and too regular in interruption. Even after a completely fresh reboot, the game is still prone to frame rate drops. So even restarting the game doesn't matter. You're still going to experience frame rate drops. Gearbox development chief Randy Pitchford has acknowledged that the problem on social media, promising incoming improvements. As a workaround, Pitchford suggested console players quit Borderlands 4 and restart. Digital Foundry's Tom.
My workaround for this is refund and maybe buy it for Christmas at a 50% discount.
Moore can confirm this does restore performance, but criticize the situation, saying that resetting the...
Also, you know what I have not checked? Oh my god, we have not actually checked that. Okay, let's look at Steam DMD Borderlands 4. Bro, listen, okay, it is what it is. We need to check the player numbers. Okay, sharing screen right now, boyos. Sharing screen. Okay, let's look. So, we had the peak of 304,000 players. And, well, on Saturday and Sunday, it went up to 200 and, well, almost 20. Wow. Slow claps, boys. But on Friday, the 19th of September, it was already 181. This fucking game, has almost lost 50% of its players in 1, 4. No. Let's start from the release, right? This game has lost almost 50% of its player base roughly in 2 weeks. A week in... Is this a week? A week and 2 days. A week and 2 days. And after that, it's going to be Monday. Well, it's already Monday. Wait. It's already Monday. It's Monday Fun Day. Oh, it's going down. Oh boy. Why does it show it like this, though? What the hell is this? What is this bot? Is it the server's offline or something? But yeah, it's almost at 50%. Not even 2 weeks in. By the start of the third week, we're gonna be down to like 30 to 50, maybe 40% total players. This is a disaster. A good game never drops this fast, but Borderlands, my god, boys, is doing it. That's insane.
Game every hour should not really be an expected solution for players. Each console is prone to sizable sub 60 FPS lurches given enough time on the clock, and it's just a matter of how long you're willing to keep playing before deciding to reset the game, Morgan added. Morgan also called for an emergency patch. Gearbox has promised more fixes are on the way. Now, you know what's hilarious? There's been some backlash about Borderlands 4 on consoles that is not just related to performance. Apparently, they didn't have a field of view slider on consoles. They had no FOV slider.
Oh no, that's the Bethesda thing. That's one of the ways that Bethesda tries to farm good boy points, by the way, if you don't know. Bethesda releases a game, which is now roughly every 10 years. Bethesda releases a game. It has no field of view slider. Before the release of the game, people are speculating about it, people are begging for Bethesda to add it, and people know it's not going to be there. And then the game comes out, there's no FOV slider. And then a month after, Bethesda's like, guys, big patch update. FOV slider, eh? Aren't we good boys for adding the FOV slider after a month after the game was on release? Unironically, by the way, this is what Bethesda has done. You can check the last 5 Bethesda games, they all have the same pattern. Like, FOV sliding, not having an FOV slider and then putting it into the game to score good boy points with the unwashed mouth breeding masses is like one of the stupidest yet easiest things these companies done. It's hilarious.
In Borderlands 4, and console gamers were fucking pissed about that. And you know what Randy Pitchford said about why there was no FOV slider in the game? They said they didn't want to put an FOV slider because that would make it unfair for other people who didn't use it. And I'm thinking to myself,
what?
Gee, weren't you the one who said that the reason why your game is okay with running like shit is because it's not a competitive shooter game, so that there is no internal competition, so it doesn't matter? There's no need for 60 FPS when 30 FPS is just fine in a looter shooter that's not a game that's based around any sort of competition. So why would it matter if there's an FOV slider that gives some people the edge over the other if this is not a competitive game, so it shouldn't matter? So does it matter or does it not matter? I don't understand. Like, can you even keep up with the bullshit at this point, Randy, or are we just making things up as time goes on? Borderlands 4 justifies a 6-year wait since the last entry with some big technical upgrades via Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, you got so many upgrades that you ended up downgrading from your last video games that ran way better, by the way. Despite the team's huge ambition here, though, the game's performance at launch is struggling on console if 60 FPS is the goal, and a patch cannot come soon enough. The gradually worsening frame rates on PS5 Pro and Series X lead to some dire mid-30 FPS passages of play after a while. And resetting the game every hour should really not be an expected solution for players. This lack in polish at launch also shows in its bugs, where broken NPC pathfinding and flickering lighting are just a couple of issues that I've experienced. The promise of Borderlands 4 is compelling, but following on the Metal Gear Solid Delta and Oblivion Remastered, we're once again looking at a major Unreal Engine 5 release with frame rate issues on every single format. And once again, we're having to hang tight for an update to save the day. So again, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, at what point do we just blame everybody, right? People always say,
I mean, Randy's already blaming everyone. It is what it is, honestly. Anyway, that was Hypnotic 10 out of 10. Buy, refund Borderlands if you can.